guys, Thiago Santos here. Right now, I'm going to take about 5 minutes of your time and share 4 mistakes that I made while trying to bench press 300 pounds, which I did a couple of weeks ago. Bench pressing 300 pounds has been my goal for as long as I've been working out, like over 15 years. I've been chasing this 300-pound bench press. So the first mistake that I initially made when I first started working out was lifting too light and lifting for too many repetitions. The protocol was anywhere from 4 sets up to 8 to 12 repetitions. That's what the Muscle Fitness magazines, Flex magazines all recommended. These are bodybuilding magazines. This is how bodybuilders trains. And I can't knock it completely because it did work somewhat. When I graduated high school, I weighed about 188 pounds and I could bench press 270 pounds. Later on, I learned that powerlifters train a lot different compared to bodybuilders. Powerlifters, they focus on percentages of their 1 RMs, their 1 rep max. So, for example, a powerlifter, they typically train in the 80% of their 1 RM. So take 100 pounds, say that's your 1 rep max on the bench press. Well, they're going to focus on bench pressing 80 pounds, 85, 90, or even higher for less repetitions. So don't be afraid to, lift a little bit heavier. You don't have to go 8 to 12 repetitions. The second mistake that I made was I lacked balance in my program. I focused on a lot of the pushing exercises, and I neglected to do the opposite, which is, doing back exercises like a row. I neglected doing my pull-ups, and that led to some imbalances, and I think it probably led to some injuries over time. So make sure for every pushing exercise that you're doing, you follow up with a row exercise to even out your training throughout the end of your work week. The third mistake that I made was I didn't rest enough. I overtrained. I would work out 5 to 7 days a week, and I would never change the intensity. Whenever I got into the gym, I was business. I went at it 110%, and I never held back. Every single set, I would go to complete failure. Later on, I learned that you don't have to go to complete failure. You're going to get the same effect holding or reserving 2 reps in the bank. And if I can do, 10 repetitions, I'm okay at 8. I'm still going to benefit. I'm still going to get strong. The old school thought was back in the gym was that the last repetition was the most important. That's where all your growth comes from, which that is a myth. And don't forget to rest. Resting is important. The harder you work out, the more damage you're going to do to your muscles, the more recovery time you're going to need for your next session. Or you have to change your intensity. You can't go at 80 to 90% every single work week. You need a plan. Some days you might work out at 75% intensity for a little more reps. The second week you might be at 80% for a desired amount of reps. And then some weeks you actually back off completely. You go and you train at 50%, and then you go back the following week to a higher percentage, maybe 90%, and you're going to feel a lot stronger. You're not going to get fatigued and stale. You're going to stay fresh and motivated. And then the last mistake that I would make, year after year was not staying completely focused on my goal. My goal was always to bench 300 pounds. So in order to bench 300 pounds, you have to eat a decent amount of food. You need the calories and the carbs, the protein, you need the energy to go into the gym and lift heavy. Every time the summer would come around, I would decide that I want to get cut, which would never really happen. It was always nice in theory, but I would start to manipulate with my calories, eat a little bit less, eat less carbs, and as a result, I was never as strong in the gym, and I would kind of just plateau and stay stagnant. I was never able to keep progressing. So if you have a strength goal, you're gonna have to sacrifice body composition. You have to kind of prioritize. Unless you're a freak of nature and you have the best genes out there, which I don't. Maybe you do. So I hope these 4 tips were helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a holler. And if this was helpful, don't forget to like it, share it, let me know that you're enjoying the content, and I will keep them flowing. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.